is everybody doing today? As you see, the desk camera is on. It means it's traditional art time. And recently, I went to a flea market, antique market, and I found this. These are blue and red copy pencils. Really almost complete, fresh set of 8. And I thought for a moment that I bought a non-copy red and non-copy blue, which are the colors used widely by variety of artists, mainly artists in comics and animation, because non-copy blue is a color that if scanned or taken a picture of in black and white, it pretty much disappears, blends with the paper. Amazing for making black and white art without needing to erase your sketches. And I found a non-copy blue. It's even in the form of a pencil lead, of a mechanical pencil lead. I found the one. This is by Pilot. It's the only the only mechanical pencil, non-photo blue lead. And I happen to have the body for mechanical pencil exactly with the size that would be fit for this lead. But this leads me to the question, then what the heck I just bought? If it is not, the copy pencils are not equal to non-photo blue, then what the heck I just bought? So today's stream is to figure them out. So I did some reading, and today we will put this reading into practice. So I did some reading, and apparently when they are dry, they work like pencils. But when they are wet, they work like ink in ballpoint pens. And it's all because back in the Soviet era, ballpoint pens, pretty expensive, pretty modern, a luxury. Even regular fountain pens, pretty modern, pretty expensive, pretty luxury. So in these a bit poorer areas of the world, these kind of pencils gained more popularity, as apparently when they are wet, they are unable to be erased, and they leave ink-like marks, as if you were writing with a regular ink pen. So this makes me think, okay, these are water soluble, so working kinda like watercolor pencils, because there are watercolor pencils that have pigment that can be broken up by applying water. So I will try to use the same techniques as I would use for watercolor pencils to figure out, hey, what's up with this. So for that, I need to sacrifice one of them. I will put the box here. Sacrifice one of them to my sharpener. Yeah, it's empty. So yeah. So I need to put this in and sharpen. So okay, I already rotated because I want a fine point right now. So okay, it will take a while. Yes, some ASMR thing. I know. Okay. Okay, almost done. As you see, it moved closer and closer. So when it closes, it will be done. Okay. Let me check. Look at this. Look at this. Okay. And I need to do the same with the red point. So let me extend, put the red inside, clamp it, and so how is everybody doing this fine Thursday evening? I wonder, out of curiosity, I wanted to bring the real ink I have the ink for, wonderful. I have the ink in this, like in similar colors, because I want to check if the properties of ink are the same. And I have watercolor pencils I will try to find ones in similar color, so I would check how well does this compare to like the regular ink, which this thing is supposed to copy, and with modern watercolor pencils. So I would like you to wait for me for a bit, because I need to retrieve a couple of things. I think inks I have in the box here, right by my, okay, I have black ink for sure, but I think I have in a box, oops, I think I have a different color of ink as well. Let me check. These are paints, and below should be ink. Okay. Let me just get this box out. Yes, my ink is there. So I want red, and I want red, and I want blue. So do I have it here, or are these two colors in a different box? These two colors are in a different box. Crappers. And they're in a box that I don't really want to check right now. So how about, but I kinda want to test it with the exact color, like with blue and red, because it would make much sense. Like, it wouldn't make much sense to set it against like emerald green and orange, like, no. So okay, so you need to give me a bit more time, because I need to check the other box, the big box, and put this. Okay, I need to go to the other box. Also, I can prepare. Okay, I have a dip pen, so I can test the fineness of the line that is made with these colored pencils. Like, keep in mind, by what I read, I am assuming and you are and you person are banned. Like, isn't it in my chat rules that you have a brain, use it? Well, these bots don't have a brain, so yeah, so I can ban them all the time. Okay, so I need to go to my other box to check for blue and red inks, and pick up some pick up some watercolor pencils along the way. Okay, let me go quickly. I am still hearing the music. I hope you can still hear me. I will, maybe I will bring out the big guns. The big guns, which are, oh my god, no. Okay, one of the boxes is really not holding up well. I will bring out the biggest set of watercolor pencils I have, because I want to match the colors almost perfectly. I see there is something on the chat. I will look inside in a minute. But first, let me bring out. Okay. Some of the long-time viewers of mine know of the homeless box, and I am now browsing the homeless box, and I don't see this ink there. Where is it then? I know I had the bottles of red ink and of blue ink separately from anything else because they weren't a part of a set. Where are they? Have I put them in here? Yeah, Nina is such a pro streamer. I am such a pro. I knew exactly. Oh my god, please don't fall. Please don't fall. Wait. Where is it? If I won't find them in here, I will say these two are lost in action and I will just continue. And I think I need to do this, but in the meantime, I will take the red ballpoint pen because I just found it. Red ballpoint pen, I have blue ballpoint pen. I will check these modern equivalents if I don't, well, given that I don't have like blue or red somehow, I must have them somewhere. I must have them somewhere. All of my ink things are in this box, should be in this box. Are they in here but slightly like in a different, like slightly somewhere else, and therefore I cannot find them? Like no, they are for sure not in this box. Am I really sure that they are not in this box too? Like I cannot like let it slide. Like I should have put them there, but no, I don't see these two. I know how the bottles look like. I cannot find them. I'm sorry. I need to clean my supplies and check them. I need to clean my supplies and check some places that I think are missing. Okay, in the meantime, I will put inks first because I use them. I will bring them out very soon, the inks, because October comes and there is a challenge, a month-long challenge where you use inks during October. And I have a lot of pictures that I drew for this occasion that I haven't finished, so yeah. I will try and just at least dedicate one stream to use ink, like in the good old days. But let me put everything here first. Okay, So I am setting this up against 2 regular ballpoint pens and a watercolor pencils, but I will need to swatch them first to know which colors it will be for sure. So yeah, so let's bring out the sketchbook. This is the sketchbook that so far I am only swatching stuff in, as you see. So I think it will be, it has thick enough paper to sustain water, so it will be good for testing. So let me check. It's really, I will first check it dry and check how well they erase. So let me do the second mark to erase, and wet I will put here. I will put the patch wet, and I will do the same with red. Oh, this is nice. Like, I can't tell. Is it scarlet or is it like primary red? But it looks nice. It draws, well, when dry, draws like regular colored pencils. I wonder how well they mix. Like, I think they will form like a nice. So let me put a gradient from hard to light, and the same with the red, to see how well they would mix when dry. I would say, well, I was expecting that they would form like a nicer shade of purple. Like on stream, it doesn't look bad, but IRL, I see that there is some muddiness in this color, and the muddiness happens when you mix the color that is warmer in tone with color that is cooler in tone. You know how when you were a kid and you got your first set of paints and you're in the during art classes and the teacher tells you to mix yellow and blue to make green, and the green you always had looked absolutely poopy. This is why, because people who are making child supplies don't care about the color theory, and they mix warmer shades of blue, which I know sounds absolutely terrible, like absolutely like out of your mind. How the heck blue can be warm if blue is the cool color, you know, as in cool in shade, in tone, like feels colder. And this is something we also learn at the school, in primary elementary school. And red is the warm color. Well, you can have warm shades of cool colors and cool shades of warm colors, and if you mix warm color with cool color, you get gray, and gray muddies everything. So usually manufacturers for kit products, they give you like colors that are clashing in the undertones, in the shades. So you have like a lemon yellow, which is cooler yellow, and for example a teal, for example, which is the teal is the warmer one. Yeah, there is the warmer one. So you have cool yellow and warm blue, and doesn't matter how you mix it, you will get a poopy green. Because you make green, but then the gray from the yellow, from the warm and cool mix kicks in and breaks and just poops the party. Let me check how it will look with the against the colors of the ballpoint pens. Like, these are really regular ballpoint pens. Of course, the intensity of the ink is different, but color-wise, pretty similar. Well, I know there is variation to colors in the blue pens because some of them are more into violet, some of them are more into teal. This one is more into violet, while this one is more, I would say it's more closer to the true blue, which is like blue without undertones. So yeah, okay, let's try. And first, eraser test on a dry. I would say it erases as every colored pencil I ever used. Like, I am so like, even the erasable colored pencils are letting me down because they do not erase well. Absolutely do not erase well. The clay mixture that is used to produce colored pencils absolutely is not erasing well. And it doesn't matter which colored pencils I pick up. If I pick up like the regular ones, like this super old set of Faber-Castell 24 colored pencils, or if I pick up the like Koh-i-Noor Mondeluz 72 watercolor pencils, all of them when dried, they erase like crap. This is the truth. And yeah, it is like, they erase like, I would say like half of this erased, but you always get like some smudges that you always have a mark that you can't erase anymore. Usually in my experience, I can only go like half a tone lighter with regular, this is regular white polymer eraser. So yeah. Okay, but what will happen if I wet them? So let me take, let me fix my earbuds. This is a water brush. This is a brush with nylon bristles that has the water reservoir. So if you don't want, you know, to have a cup of water, which I took a cup of water, but I will get to this in a minute. If you don't want to have a cup of water anywhere, or if you're like doing planner, or well, you don't have access to like to water, or you don't want to have open water anywhere, like you have the brush with the built-in capillary system that feeds the water from this reservoir. You just fill the reservoir, and once you want some water, you just push the middle of the reservoir and look. And look. There is water on my palm. A drop of water. Wonderful. So I will use it because I tend to control it better, and I want to control the opacity. So let me go. Ooh, okay. Okay, so the drag, the pigment likes to stay in one place. It doesn't want to be dragged. Interesting. Let's check the red. The red is less intense and it looks more pinky and breaks up more easily than the blue one. Okay, interesting, but I see that mostly the pigment is within the boxes that I just drew. Like, it really doesn't want to be dragged away, which is interesting feature. Interesting. Okay, let me try to do the same, but mix those two colors when wet. So I am trying to drag as much pigment as I can to the red, and the same from red to blue, and try to mix those colors and make a gradient, but it's hard because look, both of those colors, like, the pigment stayed within the boxes, and all the mixing just happened in this rectangle. And I would say, like, on the stream it's not that visible, but for me the rectangle is more pinky, which, you know, given that the red one breaks up easier, it makes sense. Okay, let me try one more thing. There is a method, different methods to use watercolor pencils. One of them is also picking the pigment straight from the nib, which is something I will do, so to achieve the maximum intensity. This is something that some artists do when they need to use watercolor pencils and they don't want to lay the pigment on paper. They just use it as a color. I think this is the biggest intensity that I would get color-wise. And the same with blue. Let's do the same with blue. Okay, there was a slight contamination from red. But this proves that they can mix pretty well, but only when these two colors are really close to each other. And this is not really close, apparently. So let me just draw, like, put one layer of this blue and one layer of this red. This is a bit desaturated purple, but it's not a terrible color. It's absolutely not a terrible color, but I wanted to have the blue, the true blue, and I don't want to overwork the paper. But I want the bluest of the blue that I get from this colored pencil. Okay, I would say it's hashtag close enough. So I can layer this pigment a lot. Let me actually, oh my god, I don't have any spare paper. Maybe here. I need to clean my brush to get rid of every red residue and repeat this again. Because this blue, as we saw, is more like teal. Yeah, you see this? It's more teal. I had like a big red contamination. I wonder how big of an intensity I can build. Like, you see, like, when dried, this looks like violet right now on stream. Like periwinkle, more into like a bit more violet. And this looks like teal. Looks more, it has more green undertones. So yeah, okay, so intensity wise, I think, yeah. This and this are pretty much the same in intensity. This is absolutely different hue, but let me now put the swatches again of wet pigment. Okay, clean the pencil, put on red, clean the brush, put on red, because I want to check if the wet pigment is dried, how well it erases, because apparently it should be now erase resistant. And also on these two, I will check how well they are reactivated by water, because I've seen people saying that, I've seen articles saying that when the ink in this is dried, it is not water resistant. To me, it looks pretty much water resistant, given like how not well these like patches just when dried, like how well they do not break up the pigment. Let me check in here. Like, okay, I see some pigment bleeding, but I need to work really hard for that. So, to some extent, they are water resistant. Are they? Let me check if they are dried. Okay, I will give it a little bit more time. But to some extent, they are water resistant. There is some bleeding. But not as much as when reactivated when dried. And yeah, I would say the bleeding is, well, for sure not like in watercolors, because watercolors are absolutely not water resistant, even if it's dried. This is one of the properties of watercolors, that you can reactivate them with water like anytime. And also one of its vices, because oh my god, if you can reactivate them with water anytime, then how do you clean them? Like the paintings that you drew with watercolor, that you painted with watercolor. Okay. So let's try the eraser test. And yeah, they are resistant to erasing. So yeah, so pretty much like any, like, okay, ink, depending on the quality of the ink, can fade when erased. It can fade. It is known. Like, I checked it with this ink, I checked it with other drawing inks that I have with my drawing pens, with like any like micron adjacent pens. Like, there is always some degree of fade when being erased. This doesn't look like it's fading. It's a little bit, for me it's a little bit, you know what, it would be really great if they came with like other colors, but I will check right now the watercolor pencils. How well do they compare? So let me just take this out. Why it looks like I'm missing one? I have no idea. Okay, let me just find one that will fit. Okay, I'm not missing one. It just, they are misaligned in the box. Okay, how about this one? I will, on the next page, I will try to find the one that so again, I will put a swatch when dry and a swatch when wet. Same with red. I will try to find a comparable color and do the same test with the drag, with the erasing, with reactivability, and with mixing two colors. Okay, so first contestant is the color named 3710/20. Very catchy. And this color, okay, you can see clearly that it's more teal. It's more teal, so it's not it. Let's check the color with the code /19. It is more bluish, but the intensity is like something else. And I don't know where this intensity comes from. Maybe it's because they are newer, maybe it's the difference in formulation. This one looks pretty okay. Let me check if I have. Oh, okay, I have more pencils. This one is /55. This looks promising, like based on the, like, judging by the color of the body. Okay, for me it's really similar to the first one, but I see it is a little bit more violet than the first one. I will see how well it breaks up. And yeah, this one I can say that it's already like too. Okay, and I don't have any blues in this stash. Okay, so let me break this down. Okay, so this is this blue, and now this blue. Like, you see, you don't even see the patch that I drew. This is how well these break up, which is, let me tell you, let me remind you, these were supposed to be like forever. These are art supplies, which are supposed to have pigment that can be break up and manipulated easily. So the fact that this doesn't drag as this does, it makes you think that it does its work well, because if you write letters with it and it will rain even slightly, like, some of the lettering can still be intact, I would think, which is a good property for something that you use instead of, you know, the regular India ink or ballpoint pen. But you see, the intensity of color is different. I mean, no, intensity of the color is pretty much similar to this one. I would say in hue it's really similar to this one. But I wouldn't say... Okay, I cannot find the similar color when it's dry. It looks like this one. When it's wet, it looks like, I would say it looks like a mix between these two. It's really hard to pinpoint this color. Must be like a special color. Okay, let me check the red. So red, we know red breaks a little bit easier, must be because of the pigment. And let me check if there are any reds. I will also swatch. This is more orange, but I will swatch because this red, although I might go with pink reds. I will need to check. So these are the colors number 6 and number 7. Let me check the colors number 47 and 48, because these are also like reds. Okay, this one is more orange. This one looks more like primary red. I will see what will be the undertone, and I believe on the third palette I saw another red that I can try. This one is number 170. Let me check now. Okay, this one is orange, but you see how far it drags. Okay, this one is magenta. This is magenta, hands down. But you see, you don't even see you can't even see the square that I drew right there. This one is another, like, it looks like scarlet. This one is, yeah, this one is primary red. And this one oh my god, this is, I cannot find any matching red for that. It's red, like, I would say it's a bit orange red, like kinda like on the box, but when broken up it's pink, like magenta does. But yeah, but none of my colors produce this like type of color. But I would say this 170 might be the closest when it comes to, I would say it will be the closest when it comes to the, no, I see on the stream it's not close at all. But look, erasing when dry test, like I can't erase it all. So yeah, I would say maybe this, I'm looking at the stream. On the stream it looks like this middle color would be it. I'm looking at the color when dry, but when wet I would say this primary red. So it was number 48. Wait, what was this color? It was 47. Okay, it was 47. So I will use this one for comparison, and for this one I will use, there is no good color for the dry one. For the wet one I would say this one, because of the color right here, how well it breaks right here, like it's pretty similar. But for the color when dry, absolutely no idea. Absolutely no idea. What color was that? I haven't wrote down the color codes. Oops. It wasn't the last one. It would be this one. It would be this one. It would be number 19. Jiradan! And stop at the... it's Peter! Hi, Peter! Welcome to the stream. I'm testing something I bought at the flea market, and I don't know what I have bought, so I'm testing it against supplies are no. And yeah, I have an interesting conclusions. Okay, so let me swatch the make pure swatches of the colors that I just drew, and I will check how well they erase and how water resistant they are when they are dried after activating, and how well they mix with one another. I'm doing alright, thank you for asking. And how are you? And how are you, Chiradan? My god, it's been a while. Where was your friend? Because I couldn't decipher the acronym you used. I would say it would be Varsavian. Something Varsavia Expo. I'm tired. Oh no. I'm sorry. But oh my god. Like this heat right now, it's tiring me a lot. Like yesterday, I came back home and I just went to bed and was pretty much knocked out for the next 2.5 hours. Like, usually I don't take naps, but I felt like, oh my god, my brain just could not function. You know what? I will write really quickly. What is this about? Erased, dry, wet, drag, erased, dry. This would be the ballpoint pens. Water reactivation in here. Gradient dried, gradient dry, gradient wet, and mixing wet. Okay, and here I will okay, so these were 2019. This is the 2019, 17. So yeah, I need to write down. These are 19, these are 47. These are okay, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 48, and the last one was the 170. Okay, 170. Oh, and this one, this one was 55. But Chiradan, oh my god, do you see the difference? There is the difference. There is the difference in the stream quality, as I've been told. Yeah, time to drink. I already have my Do you notice any quality change in the streams? Okay, so this is watercolor pencils gradient dry. Color match, watercolor pencils gradient dry, and watercolor pencils gradient wet. Much lighter vision? Oh, that's good. Shelves behind you. These shelves were here like for some time. No, much brighter. Oh, this is also like a good news. But I have a new computer, and when I run the auto detection for OBS to check what are my best like things to what are the best settings for my internet and for my CPU GPU, it put up the stream to 1080p and 60 FPS, and I haven't dropped any frames. And no, listen, I checked. My Sims game loads for 20 minutes right now. Because I've already put up Sims. I will do some cleaning of the custom content. But yeah, 1080p 60 FPS are accessible right now. Like, this camera is so sharp right now in comparison to this camera. Like, oh my god, I put up this camera for the first time today after the upgrade. And oh my god, I saw the graininess. And I'm like, oh my god. I hope it's not like too grainy for you all. But yeah, 1080p 60 FPS are unlocked. But yeah, Dinosaur, I applied every fix accessible under the air, under the sun, to make Sims run on the modern hardware. And I booted up after I put all my backups and stuff, because I had to reinstall, of course, everything. And it loaded for 20 minutes, which is 3 times faster than before, which is great, which is absolutely great. So yeah. Oh, 360p 30. You know what? Sometimes you have to use 360 and 30 FPS. Sometimes, you know. Let me move these and okay, the color gradient is smoother, but the colors themselves are poopy, but this is on me because the colors are not compatible. So yeah, which makes me think that these colors look like in comparison, the mixing while wet and this color, like, they are absolutely like, this one looks gray. This looks like grayish brown, and this one looks like lilac, like desaturated lilac, but still lilac, which is, oh my god. Okay, so there is also one more thing I want to try, because I've read that these pencils should be written with using wet tissue paper. And I have a piece of tissue paper, you know, the regular crafting tissue paper, and I will wet it and I will try to do something with them to see how it's supposed to be, because I will check 2 variants. First variant is to write something when dry on here and try to mirror it on the page, wet the tissue and see if it will come out mirrored, so it will be used to like move some elements but mirrored to another surface, or if I will wet this side of the tissue paper, put it against the paper and then dry draw on it as if to try and force the pigment through the tissue paper and through the wetness, through the moisture to the paper. I will check both of these. So okay, so first let's just do a heart, and let's just do a nugget. Let's just do nugget with a heart, okay? So let's draw nugget and a little heart. And now flip it, and I will try and use, I will maybe, if I clean this brush, I will maybe use this brush and wet around everything, around the picture. I will wait for a moment and see if it will transfer, or at least like make a copy, because something, well, they are called the copy pencils, they should be able to copy something. So okay, so I will wait till it dries. In the meantime, I will wet this side of the tissue paper. Not enough. I should wet it more. And try to do the same. So, drawing nugget. And the heart, because I need to compare two of them. Okay, what I noticed is that this method, wetting the tissue paper first and drawing next, it causes paper to lift up in some of the places while you're writing or drawing. So I might go over the same thing. I might go over the same lines again, but let's check this one. Okay, it kind of worked, but kinda it didn't, and this one did not work at all. Okay, let's check again. Right, I will go over. And here, wet it first. I will even put some pressure to the tissue paper so it stays here. And then go over again. Along the lines. Okay. Kinda worked. I wonder how much water do you need? And in here I will put the moisture. What I'm noticing that on tissue paper the pigment is not breaking up as much as on regular paper, so and no matter how much I use the water, like I see some fraying of the lines, but absolutely like no, like not making a whole puddle out of nugget. Let me try again. Wet the paper first. Put it in here and draw. a YouTube tutorial for that. I thought I could make it without YouTube tutorials. Okay, waiting for it to dry. It should dry like relatively quickly. It's not that much of a water. It's not as much water as one would usually put. Also, Chiradan, because of the setup change, you also notice this. I have a second monitor as well. So yeah, so right now, I've already had one stream when I was using my digital software in here. So I was looking at the picture here while there was YouTube and OBS and everything else, and it worked really well, really smoothly. So when I, in the future streams, will be talking while looking that way, while having a digital stream, it's because right now my main screen is this one and not this one. So yeah, okay, let me check. Okay, this worked better. The putting the drawing on paper first and then putting on the moisture, but it took 2 passes, so I don't know how much water or how much pressure is really needed for that, while this very little success. So yeah, I need to read more, because I've read that you need to use like special tissue paper, which of course I use the regular tissue paper that you can find in every store. Every time your kid says, "Mom, I need a tissue paper for an art project for tomorrow," and it's already like 10 p.m. and you want to go to bed. My God, what's up? Children, be happy you're not a mod, cause you would be like so angry by the amount of bots that are offering cheap viewers in here. Like recently it's been like I had like 2 free messages like that, and like, first off, buying viewership is such a scam, because with these viewers goes no engagement. So why do I need, like, for me, I like having an active chat. I like to have a conversation. So for me, having 100 viewers with no one chatting is like, what do I do? Like, I know that people are lurking, people are shy, etc. But out of 100 people, no one is talking. Not even asking, "Hey, what are you doing on the stream today?" Which is like disheartening. And also because of that, you have no engagement and it looks shady AF. So if anybody sees how many viewers you would have compared to how many subscribers you have, how many chatters you have, how many followers you have, like any kind of like active engagement, everybody would say this is sus and will not treat you, they will not treat you seriously. Like, let's be freaking honest about this. So yeah, buying viewers is a scam. Second off, cheap viewers, like my viewers, are a luxury, are luxurious, are expensive. They demand they demand prime quality entertainment. Cheap viewers. My viewers have refined tastes. They are not cheap, let me tell you. So yeah. End of my mini rant. I don't know what else to do. Like, I tried. Let me write it down. This one. is with. This one is first draw on tissue paper to wet the picture, and it will transfer. And this one is wet the tissue paper, and then second draw the picture. So yeah, okay, so some notes for me to reference later. So yeah, what I would do with those, like the colors. This is very interesting that they drag and break up less than the watercolor pencils, so this is interesting. Oh yeah, also watercolor pencils fade test when erasing. I would say they are also resistant to erasing. How about resistance to being broken up again by water? I would say comparable. There's also a little bit not water resistance in here when dried, so I would say comparable. Yeah, what to do with those? I want to do a picture with those, but I don't know what. Like, nugget is an obvious choice. Of course, but yeah, I cannot think of anything like blue and red, and also anything that would go into the sketchbook. Oh my god, this sketchbook, I will need to because in this sketchbook I want to preserve the golden sides of the pages, so I promised to not use any wet media inside. But for these to like really work and show the change of colors is like so strange. Like this looks pink, like regularly pink, while when dry it looks like well, scarlet, while this looks violet when dry and freaking teal when wet. So yeah, so I want to use the fact that, you know, they look different when dry and wet, but I can't use it in this sketchbook because this sketchbook is not good for for wet media. So if I want to do this, I need to do this somewhere else, so probably I will do this in this sketchbook. Like, on the... Here I will leave, like, if I will find a way to really, like, to learn how to transfer the picture through the tissue paper, I will do this here. And I think, let me just... Can I close you? Okay, I can stop you from flipping the pages. Okay, so I want to draw nugget, a big nugget. And I will try with really light sketching, very light sketching, because it all will, like, you know, break down. And I will have nugget hold a little heart, because yes, and also have a little heart in here. And maybe I will try and do some mix of red and blue. Okay, to some extent I know I can layer these colors. Okay, let's go, let's break them down. So yeah, I need to keep in mind that the drag But yeah, how are you doing, Chiradan? It's closer and closer to your big day. Well, you're an Anna's big day. A second big day, I would say. I wonder if you can like flick off the pigment like that. Ooh, okay, this works. This trick works, okay. So we can also use this. Okay, maybe a little bit of, yes, a little bit of blushes. Because this is the perfect color for blushes. And yeah, and our try and break down this blue for slight shading, but yeah, not super working. I will wait for it to dry and just use the blue in its unaltered form to line up Nugget. And this will be my picture for today. Yeah. So, oh my god, this weather is actually like, it's horrible. Like, I really don't want to, like, I'm already sticking to my chair. It's not good. And as you see, I have a bottle. I really try to keep being hydrated, especially in those times. Like, I feel it when I'm at home, and during lunch I need to fill it again. So, and this is 1 liter bottle. So in theory, I should get the 2 liters of water. Okay, time to stretch. So let me stretch. Oh, in the meantime, I am preparing new page of Never Too Late, and I finished another part of Second Chance Digital Remake up to page 45. So I'm really close. I'm really close to the end. Only how many pages? 45, and I think 68 was the last page. Yeah, 68 is the last page. So no, not 15, 23. Yeah, 23. It would make sense. I'm around 2/3 done, so it would make sense. Let me check what's in here. Oh, let me open up. No, not open up, because it will autoplay it. Oh no. Okay, I'm checking Discord real quick. And yeah, oof. Yeah. One of the person I am following just had their game crashed, and it didn't save the progress. And they were building for the past like 2 hours, so it's like absolutely devastating. Okay, is this dry? It is dry. Okay, let me just... I would say the dry, the pencil when pencil when dry, it really gives off this like nice like violet color, which really corresponds nice with this pink. So as you know, the fact that this red breaks into pink, like I would not expecting this. I would say it would break into orange first. Also, Chiradan, I was posting some memes on Sam's server, because of course I tried to jump on a bandwagon of drawing my OCs in silly scenarios. Only a month late. Only a month late. But yeah. Oh, maybe how about if I add a little bit of... Oh yeah, oh yeah. Let's add just a little bit of line art to this heart when dried, and a little bit of this like lines indicating blushing. Oh my god, it's so cute. It looks so cute. It looks absolutely so cute. Like, look at this. Look at this. Looks so cute. Okay. I would say the testing for now is done. And I don't know, and I have done everything I planned for this stream. So, do any of you have any inquiries before I finish? Because, oh my god, it's really hot. I don't have any plans for the stream, and I don't know what else to do, and yeah. And yeah, so any inquiries and parting words? So, for me, interesting find, never seen it before, not fully regretting it, very interesting color selection. It's a shame it's not breaking as, the pigment is not breaking as easily as in watercolor pencils, but given that they were like made for signing up, writing on official documents, and to have pigment being prevented from being altered or broken up, this serves its purpose, you know. So yeah, not mad. It's a piece of history right now. So yeah, and it's interesting. It's interesting to use. So yeah. So I'll keep them. Not that I will have much luck selling them, but yeah, I will keep them. So yeah. So this is all I have prepared for you this stream, and let me quickly tell you, because I've already prepared the roadmap for the streams till the end of the year. It is a 4-month roadmap. So next stream on 3rd of September will be comic making / thumbnailing stream, because I have only a couple pages forward and I have another page full of that needs a lot of text, and I need every ability to focus to go through it. On the first day of 5th September, it will be traditional art. I will figure something out. I have lots of whips, so I will choose and prepare for that. On 10th September, Minecraft. On 12th September, it will be crafting stream. And on warning, 17th and 19th, there will be no stream. In the week of 16th September, I will be abroad. So then on 24th, Subs New Best. On 26th, Sims stream, and yeah, and this is all for September. In the meantime, I think probably in October I will have a stream about the trip that I'm going for. The reason the reason for which I will be absent. So yeah. So thank you all so much for coming. Thank you for watching, chatting, lurking, and spending some time with me. So I hope you will stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and I will see you all next stream. So goodbye.